Welcome everyone. There's nothing I enjoy better than having a nice big meal on Thanksgiving and then the next day waking up first thing in the morning to check out the Black Friday deals. That's what this video is all about, and if you want to get straight to the point, check out the link in the video description where you can head over to my deals spreadsheet. That is where you can find the deals, that is where you can find the links. I have a couple tabs down at the bottom. One is specifically for CPUs and GPUs with AMD and Intel, and then we have some GPUs below that, and this spreadsheet is going to be updated over the course of the weekend as deals go out of fashion and as stuff comes back into stock, so I'll try to keep it as up to date as possible. Then there's also the everything else tab where you can find all the other components that you might want to install into a computer. I was trying to focus on deals that aren't necessarily like, hey, this thing's like $5 or $10 off, although with some stuff like Nvidia graphics cards, that's unavoidable. Basically what I'm aiming for is to have at least one component from each category, so if you wanted to assemble like a Black Friday or a Cyber Monday PC, you can go ahead and do that. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and go through my highlight deals. If you want to check those on the actual spreadsheet, they are in bold. Either the price or the URL should be bolded so you can see very specifically what my picks are. I'm going to go through some deals now, and we're going to do these in reverse order, starting with some peripherals, and we'll get eventually to CPUs and everything. I'll put some timestamps down in the description too if you want to jump ahead. Starting with this mouse, Logitech G303. This is the Shroud edition, usually 130 bucks, down to $70. A popular mouse, especially if you're into Twitch gaming. Sennheiser makes really nice headphones. This is on the budget side for Sennheiser, but it's $65, down from $120 for the Audio HD 350T Black. Monitors, a great time of year to get a deal on a monitor, like the Scepter 24.5 inch curved. This one's 240 hertz, so very fast. It's only $118. It's of course going to be FreeSync and G-Sync compatible as well. All of these monitors should be FreeSync and G-Sync compatible. If you want to step up to ultra wide, the Gigabyte M34WQ is one of the highest rated and also not terribly expensive models. This one's been out for a couple years, got really high ratings on monitors and box and stuff. 3440 by 1440, so it is an ultra wide 34 inch and it's only $350. Samsung has an ultra wide as well, the 34 inch Odyssey G5. This one is 165 hertz and it's a bit cheaper, $265, down from $550. That's a good deal there too. We also have a Samsung 27 inch. This one's 180 hertz, the G3 series, down to just shy of $130. That's a solid Black Friday deal there as well. Moving over to some power supplies, apparently. I got these a little bit out of order, but power supplies are good to have. MSI has some PCIe 5 ready ones, which means they have at least a 12VH power connector, maybe not 12V2x6, but still nice to have one of those natively. And do note that with some of these connectors, the rating only goes up to like 300 watts, so it might not be good for all graphics cards, but up to like a 4070 Ti you should be okay. And it's only $60, 80 plus bronze rated. If you want to step up to an 80 plus gold version variant, the MAG A850GL PCIe 5 also has that native connector, and it's $85 for 850 watts. So if you're going for a higher end graphics card, something like a 4080 Super or something, this would totally be suitable. There is also a 750 watt version of this on sale for 80 bucks. We also have a Thermaltake power supply. This one's also ATX 3.0 PCIe 5 ready, which means it does have that 12VH power connector. You can see it right down there. This one's only $65 and it's 80 plus bronze rated. And we have some cases, so we're moving into our peripherals. I'm moving into our PC components now. Lanley's LandCool 205 is very regularly rated, one of the best cases in terms of airflow performance, and it's down to 115, down from typically 140-ish or so. NZXT has a couple nice deals, although this one appears to have disappeared. I'm gonna have to update the deal sheet in just a moment. I'll do that probably by the time you guys watch this video. Motherboards. I have at least one good motherboard for each of the currently recommended platforms. For Intel, that's LGA 1700. Intel's newest platform is still a little tough to recommend at this point. Maybe come the new year with some more CPU options there and prices coming down, that'll be more viable. But LGA 1700 for 12th, 13th and 14th gen still has some really good deals. This is the Gigabyte Z790UD, which is down to $170. If you'd rather opt for an AMD AM5 platform, this is a great entry-level board for that. The ASRock B650M Pro RS Wi-Fi includes Wi-Fi. It's about $130. We have a B650 full-size board in the MSI V650 Gaming Plus, also with Wi-Fi integrated. Don't forget that a lot of these deals are going to have promo codes. Promo codes are nice because you get the discount on checkout. A few will have like rebates, mail-in rebates that you have to get after the sale, but sometimes that's the only way to get a good deal. But this one is $170, but with the promo code it's down to $140. A really solid deal on that board. B550, if you want to do a budget AM4 build, you should be able to find a solid B550 motherboard for close to $100 or so. Here's the MSI B550-A Pro, down to $105. That's down from $120, but still, when you're building a budget system, all those savings are good. If you want an X570 chipset motherboard, which is going to give you some better I/O, ASRock has the X570 Steel Legend for $110. Over on the memory side of things, G.Skill makes lots of memory, and their Trident Z5 series is tried and true, tested by many reviewers and stuff. This one with the $5 promo code is down to $88, and that is for AMD, we want DDR5 6000 and the lowest cast latency possible. This is CL36, not too shabby at all, and it's got RGB, so that's nice. For the DDR4 setups, you want a 32 gig kit, or you can get by with the budget 16 gig kit. I've got a couple of those. The DDR4 3600 for this one, which is I believe CL18, down to $49 actually after this promo code. And then we have Team's GeForce Vulkan kit. If you're really on a budget, only $30 to get your system up and running with DDR4 3600. This is going to be a great kit to pair with like a 5700X3D, for example, $30. Moving into CPUs, we've got the 5600X, usually sells for about $125, all the way down to $105. And by the way, I have Amazon and Newegg links. When the price is the same between Amazon and Newegg, I have both of them there. If the price is better at one or the other, I'm trying to bold those. The 5700X3D is like kind of the recommended budget range gaming CPU right now. Yes, you are stuck on AM4, so you don't have as much of an upgrade path, but it's it was $200. It's down a few more dollars to about $197, and it's pretty top range gaming performance. There's only a handful of CPUs that are gonna get more out of your graphics card than the 5700X3D. And this one's sold out. The 5900XT is a bit of a sleeper for production builds on a budget. This is also an AM4 chip, but the 5900, even though it's not 5950, is a 16 core, and it was down to, like 270, 280 with this promo code, but it is sold out. For a production system on a budget, this would be a great option, so hopefully that comes back in stock. If you want to move up to AM5 and give yourself an upgrade path, the entry point for that recommended is the 7600, which is down to $179. Solid deal there. 7600X is a bit more expensive at about $187. Do bear in mind that if you get the 7600, you're going to get a cooler in the box. If you get the 7600X, you will not get a cooler in the box, so you need to add that on as well. The 7700X steps up to an 8 core from 6 cores, and this is going to be about $80 to $100 more, although you do have this coupon here, which brings it down to $260. Solid price for the 7700X, and definitely something that a lot of people might be considering if they were had their sights set on a 7800X3D or a 9800X3D. Those are either sold out, the 9800X3D, or really overpriced right now, the 7800X3D. I'm not recommending people buy those right now. If you can find a 7800X3D for $450 or less, sure, go for it, but don't pay upwards of $500. Wait, there should be more of those being produced and coming back into stock, if not later this year, by early next year, and you won't have to pay as much. The 7900X is down to $326. This is a 12 core, so this is like another kind of sleeper deal in this category. If you don't want the X3D, MSRP on this one is $550, so that's like more than $200 off. They don't usually sell for MSRP, but that's still a good deal. 9900X, if you want the brand new Ryzen 9000 series, the non-X3D Ryzen 9000 series CPUs didn't blow everyone out of the water in terms of the reviews and everything, but with a bit of a discount, they are viable, and the 9900X I'd say is the pick of the litter between those, because you get 12 cores, you get the latest Zen 5 architecture, and it's only $383-ish for rounding properly. Same price over on Amazon as on Newegg. Intel CPUs. We're not recommending the Intel's latest generation of CPUs that just launched, the Core Ultra 200 series, because they're still kind of overpriced. Performance isn't really there. It's a tough situation, but On Intel's last generation, LGA 1700, if you're looking for a bargain and you're building on a budget, there are some good deals there. The 12900K is a few years old now, but it's still very good performance, and it's got 8 P cores and 8 E cores, so it's 16 cores and 24 threads, and it's down to $280. Actually, I'm sorry, $255 with this $25 off promo code deal. That's a solid deal, you guys. And the 12 series didn't have any of the instability problems or the long-term issues that the 13th and 14th gen were having, although those are supposed to be fixed by now. Same price over on Amazon, so pick your poison where you might want to buy from. The 14600 is another standout in this category. It's down to shy of $200, $191. And then we have its big brother, the 14700KF. Remember, when there's an F at the end, it means it doesn't have an iGPU, so you will need to pair a discrete graphics card with these CPUs. And if you really needed Intel Quick Sync support, these aren't going to have that either. So keep those two in mind. But these F SKUs are often 20 or 30 bucks cheaper than the non-F SKUs. And with the $33 promo code, this one's down to 320 something. I'm having a hard time doing math in my head because it's early in the morning and I ate lots of food yesterday. The 14900KF is also competitively priced. Add this promo code and it's down to less than $400. Yes, the 14900K and KF have had their share of issues, but make sure you update your motherboard's BIOS and you should be able to still run the CPU just fine and take advantage of some of that fear, uncertainty, and doubt with the price, because that's why they're selling these so cheap. They're having a hard time getting rid of them otherwise. Let's move on to graphics cards. Are there any deals on graphics cards? Yes, AMD Radeon has some great deals. Nvidia graphics cards, not so much. The typical MSRPs for Nvidia graphics cards, there are some cards that are maybe $10 to $15 under MSRP. Is that a great deal? No, for the most part it's not, but I have collected the best prices for any given Nvidia graphics card that you can find right now. So the 4060 8 gig, not a card I recommend, pretty cut down. There are much more viable options on the AMD Radeon side, which will get you more raw rasterization performance. But if you absolutely need an Nvidia graphics card and you want to spend around $300, this one's about 15 bucks off at $285. The 4060 Ti is in the same boat as the 4060 in terms of being kind of mediocre performance for $400. That said, this one is the most money off if you count a mail-in rebate card. It's 20 bucks off the $400 MSRP, which brings it to $380. With the mail-in rebate card, that's down to $360, and you get an Xbox 1 month Ultimate Game Pass, which may or may not have value for you. But if you're gonna buy a 4060 Ti, this is the cheapest one out there right now. If you want to step up to the 4070, there are a few of those for just shy of $500, about $490. Those are linked in the description. Step up from there. At $600 is the 4070 Super. This one, the 4070 and 4070 Super, do have much better performance than the 4060 cards, and I would say they have a solid recommendation for me, although they're not insanely well priced. $590 though for the 4070 Super. That's 10 bucks off MSRP. 4070 Ti Super should be $800. This one is also marked down pretty significantly compared to the $800 MSRP, all the way down to $740 if you count the mail-in rebate card, so that's reasonable there. Then we have the AMD Radeon cards. These are where you're going to get the best deals, the best bang for the buck, the most rasterization performance, but AMD Radeon still only has 10% market shares, which is why I'm hey, Nvidia people, there's a fair amount of people who are I don't care about AMD, but whatever. 6650 XT for $210, that's a lot of performance for $210. Great entry-level card right there. Totally gets my recommendation. Only 8 gigs of VRAM, but you gotta take what you can get. You can step up to 12 gigs of VRAM for just over $300, $305 for the Speedster Quick 6750 XT core. This was actually $300 last night. It's gone up by $5, but I'll see if I can add some more down there. This is 7800 XT. There's a 6800 XT. Those seem to be limited on availability. There were some of those for as little as $420. The 7800 XT was also on fire sale a couple times, down to $420 or $430. Those seem to have limited availability, so now $450 is the best price available for this one, but still a very good price for this graphics card where you get 16 gigs of VRAM, and it's the 7000 series, which isn't too bad. The step up from there is the 7900 GRE. Horrible pictures on this Best Buy landing page, but 7900 GRE down to $520 over on Best Buy. another really solid deal in terms of bang for the buck. And then we have the 7900 XT, which is a step up from there, 20 gigs of VRAM for $650, actually it's $635 after that promo code. And then there is also a 7900 XTX, the top card on the AMD Radeon side, 24 gigs, $820 after that promo code. So those are my deals, you guys. I hope you can peruse that list, find yourself some good deals, parts upgrades, building new PCs, what have you. Again, I'm gonna keep that list updated. I'll post comments on it and everything, so if you guys wanna jump over there and check out the deals, that is a great help for me. Thank you for watching this video though. Oh yeah, one last thing is that I have a deal going on as well, or a end of the year holiday sale. Call it a Black Friday sale if you want. Check it out, paulshardware.net. Buy yourself some merch, shirts, mugs, pint glasses. It's all really solid. We got some new colors for some new stuff. We got the desk mats. We've got these new premium hoodies. We've got these beanies that have come in as well. So cool. Thank you guys so much for your support. I really hope you all have a great weekend and buy yourself some stuff or buy some gifts. Thank you. I am going to end this video now because I'm running out of steam, but thumbs up button, subscribe if you're not already. We'll see you all in the next video.